y'all, Bridget Bartlett here. I am the local business marketing, training, and support specialist for Builderall. Welcome to step 10 of our funnel challenge. Today we're going to design the front end offer page of our upsell and downsell sales funnel. That will be this page right here. This will be the page that we deliver our lead magnet and also offer them the first item we are going to sell. So let's get started by entering the Cheetah Builder and edit our funnel. We can do that inside the Builderall back office by clicking Enter in the Cheetah app. And we want to choose the sales funnel we're working on. So we'll go ahead and choose this and edit site. And we want to edit the front end sales page. So we'll go ahead and click Edit Page. Now, if you remember from step 2, we've already added the button. So if you've missed step 2, make sure to go back and watch that. But this button right here is connected to our front end offer. Okay, so this is the item we want them to purchase. So the purpose of this page is to offer them this front end item and also deliver the lead magnet that we promised them when they opted into our sales funnel. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and add a panel like always. And if you scroll down here, you'll see that there's actually checkout banners. So let's go ahead and choose that. And we only have one option right now, so let's choose this and get started. Now, when we created our item, we had some options. So we could add the checkout item to a button, or we could add with an iframe. And this is what the iframe would look like. Since we want to keep ours very simple and this is a little bit more advanced, let's just go ahead and we'll delete this iframe so we have a clean working space. We'll delete our little message here. So let's go ahead and take our button. And we can move it down here, but let's make sure that it pops up to the front there. And we'll just put this button down here. So now we have everything that we need on this panel, and we can go ahead and delete this panel here. So we'll just click in the panel and then trash can, and that's fine. Okay, so before we get going, let's go ahead and just save. And that's fine. And close. And remember, this front end offer is going to be the course for this funnel challenge that we're doing right now, okay? Because the upsell item is going to be a private coaching session, and then the downsell item is going to be a group coaching session. So the first thing we want to do, let's go ahead and just change this image to promote the funnel challenge. And in preparation for this video, I've already created that by using the mockup studio that we talked about in the last video. So let's go ahead and click here to edit element, and we will go to general settings, and let's upload that image now. We'll select file, and let's select the image and click save. Okay, so now we have the promo image for our funnel challenge, and now all we need to do is just change the information. But again, remember, we want to also deliver our items that we promised as a lead magnet. So let's go ahead and we'll just take this information here, and we want to just add it to this panel here. So we'll just move this stuff over, and let's go ahead and move this into the box, and we'll move this into the box. So now we have everything that we need here to promote this item. Let's go ahead and move this down just a little bit. And then let's add another panel. And this one we'll just choose a blank panel. And we need to add some buttons because we want to give them access to download the files. So we'll go to buttons. And another button here because remember we had 3 items that we were going to give them. Let's go ahead and add an image here because we're just setting up this page with all the things that we need, and then we'll start designing. So let's go to image, and we'll just drag this image here. Oops, let's move this over so we have some room. Now we'll drag the image here. Let's go ahead and we'll expand this panel here by clicking in the box and dragging the line. Let's add our image, click Edit Element, go over to General Settings, Change Image, and we already uploaded it, so let's just go ahead and click Save once we've selected it. So now we have the original image that they saw on the email confirmation page, and then we have the buttons here to deliver those products. Go ahead and change our message here. Okay, so now we have the layout for the products we're going to deliver for the lead magnet, and we also have the checkout section here. So let's start customizing now. We could just change this headline here, and we'll just say Sales Funnel Challenge, and we want to add the main benefit it says here. So let's go ahead and add some text. We'll left click in the box and just change the text here. And we could leave the price the same. You can change that to whatever you want to. We'll just say $49.90 is fine. Let's go ahead and change the description. We'll just left click in the box. And then I already have this written out, so I'm just going to click Control V to paste. Now we have our benefits here. So what are the benefits of this sales funnel challenge? So what are they going to get when they purchase this? So here is where I'm going to put the steps of our funnel challenge. So I'm just going to copy and paste here, Control V. But you see we don't have the little icons. So let's go ahead and add those. Move this stuff down a little bit. Let's go ahead and just delete this because our funnel challenge has not been seen anywhere, and we definitely want to be honest and have integrity when we are promoting our brand. So we can left click in the box here. Let's stretch this out just a little bit. I don't like those steps being on a different line, but we'll just have to make do. To add the little icons, you want to, here's what I like to do because it's hard to get on this left side here. So what I like to do is just click to the right of the first letter, and then I'll use my left arrow to move over. And now I know that I am on the edge of this first letter, okay? So you can see there's a space there, so I'll just click backspace, and then let's go ahead and add our icon. So let's just use the same one that they use. So let's find it here, and we'll select that one and select. So now we have our little symbol here. Now we can add a space, and let's do the same thing with the other steps. So I'll put the cursor to the right of the S, go to the left, and then backspace, and now I can choose my icon. And it already selects the icon I used previously, so we'll just click select. And then I'll add a space again. So let's do the same thing for the rest of these. Okay, so now we have all of our benefits listed here. And since there's a line in between, since there are multiple lines here, let's just go ahead and add a space in between, because we definitely want to highlight what they're going to get in here, because this is what's really going to push them over into taking action to purchase, okay? Because remember, at this point, they actually have to get up out of their seat or stop what they're doing, and they have to go get their debit card to actually make this purchase, okay? So it's really important to really sell them at this point because you need them to take action. So let's go ahead, and we want to save what we've been working on because save is our friend, and we'll click close. Okay, let's move this down just a little bit. Let's go ahead and we'll just put this right here. This is really an important part of this as well, because you want them to be compelled to take that action. And you're letting them know, like, hey, this is only going to be available for 1 day and 11 hours. And that little ticking clock, psychologically, that lets us know we really need to take action if we want this. So we actually think twice about it when we see this little timer here. So let's go ahead, and we just need to change this so that it fits in our box. Let's move this down just a little bit. Actually, let's go ahead and we'll swap these out here. We'll put this at the top, and let's go ahead and put some of this description here at the bottom. So as far as designing your website, just play around and see what looks right. Maybe we want to double click in this box and we want to give some bold text for words that you want to stand out. So now when they look at this, they automatically see automating your sales process in no time. So that's another benefit. We'll just move these things around. We can customize all of this, but you get the point here. We're just designing this funnel from the template, which makes it really easy. Let's go ahead and we'll just move this down here. Okay. So now let's go down to the bottom part here, and it looks kind of plain and it's ugly, and we need to add our products here that we've offered them. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll make this background a different color. So let's use one of our branded colors. And remember, I always say to keep a little cheat sheet to have your branded colors easily accessible, but you can also click here to edit the panel, and when you access your colors, we'll go to background settings and click here to change the color. But you see, you can add colors down here. So if you chose a branded color, you just put the hex code here and click Control V to paste. And then now you can click this plus sign here and add it to your color selection. That way you don't have to look up the hex code again. So obviously now this is black and we want to change this to white. So we can just go up here, just like a Word document, highlight, we'll select the text color editor and let's just choose white. Okay, so now it's a little bit more visible. Let's go ahead and just put a box back here. So we'll go back to add elements and let's go to choosing a box. We have some selections here. I like to choose this one because it already has the hover effect behind it, or the shadow rather. So let's just drag that over here. So now that it's added, we'll just go ahead and stretch it across this panel here. And let's go ahead and move this to the top. So we'll select our item and go to Edit Element. There we go. Now we want to move our buttons on top of the box. And we will drag our image here. If I want all these buttons to be the same, all I need to do is edit the first button. And I want to show you how you can just duplicate the button once you get it how you want it, okay? So let's go ahead and edit the element and let's choose the colors. And remember, we always want to choose branded colors. So we already added our purple, but let's go ahead and add another branded color. We'll choose orange. And then I will highlight the hex code here and then Control V to paste. Now we have our orange color. I'll just go ahead and add that to my color panel. Now, anytime I need that orange color, I can just simply click that instead of looking for the hex code. So I have my orange button here. Let's go ahead and we want to change the hover effect. So when you hover over the button, we want it to change a different color because we want to make it very clear that they can click this button. Okay, so we can choose another branded color. So actually, let's choose a different color here. So we'll choose this yellow. I will highlight and Control V. Let's go ahead and add that color to our panel as well. So now when you hover over this, the background color will change to a little bit lighter of a shade. So we can also change the text of the hover, or the color of the text when we hover over it. So let's go ahead and we'll just change that to white. Actually, we'll keep that black. And then to change the color of the text now, we can click in the headline and we'll change that to white. Now let's change the headline of this button to be the headline of our first book. So we'll just write How to Grow Your Business Online. So now that we have all of the colors, let's go ahead and we want to just duplicate this button. So we can delete these. We'll just click in the box and click the trash can to delete. And we'll click here and we'll delete this button as well. And let's go ahead and we'll just duplicate this. And let's duplicate it again. And now that we have our buttons all formatted, now we need to change the titles of the other two buttons. So we'll left click in the element and go to Edit Element, and let's change the headline here. And let's go ahead and do the same thing for this one. So we'll Edit Element, and let's change the heading. Okay, and now let's go ahead and attach the files. So we'll click in the box, we'll go to Set the Action, and we want to go to Download and select the file that we want them to download. So to upload the file to our gallery, we click Select File, and let's upload our file. And while we're at it, let's just go ahead and upload the other two. So if you want to select multiple files, you can click the Control button and then left click to select the other two items and then open, and then it uploads all the items at one time. So let's go ahead and select this one for the first item. and we'll click select. Let's go ahead and add the second item here. We'll left click in the button and we'll set the action. Go to download, select the file, and this one is going to be boost your online sales. So we'll click save and then select. And then we have one more, so we'll go set the action, download, select file, checklist here. So we'll click save and select. And now let's go ahead and save our page, close. And our box is a little bit large, so let's go ahead and expand this panel a little bit so we can left click in the panel. And we can either drag the blue line at the bottom here, or there's another way that you can change the height of your panel. So if you click in the edit element and you go to sizes, you can increase the minimum size as well as the height. So now we have more room in our panel. You can also, if you want to decrease the size, you can just drag that line up there. So we'll move this a little bit, just line this up correctly, and we will just center this. Now we do want to do a little bit more work on this, make it a little bit more attractive, but the very most important thing that we need to remember is to always check your mobile view, because 85% of people will only access your site through the mobile view. Okay, so it's really important to make it look good on mobile. So let's go ahead and click into the mobile view. And you can see most of these things are already lined up correctly. We just have a little bit of work to do. See, this looks fine. We definitely want to move this Buy Now button down here. So let's click on the element and then we'll just click the down arrow to move it. Now remember, every time that you have an item on the mobile view, you can only rearrange it within that panel or box, okay? You can't rearrange it outside. So there are other tips and tricks on how to optimize that as well, like using transparent boxes, but we're not going to go into detail in this course because we are just focusing on the flow and the details of the funnel, okay? So let's go ahead and we'll just rearrange this. We'll click there and add this up to the top. So you see this timer, it kind of goes off the edge of this box here. So let's go ahead and we'll just make this box a little bit larger by clicking in the box. And you see it says box up here to let you know you've clicked on the right thing. And then it's also, the box is highlighted in blue. So let's go ahead and click edit element. We can go to lateral spacing and let's just make this a little bit larger. So we'll go, there you go. So now our timer is not hanging off the edge there. So let's go ahead and we'll click in this text here and make sure that it's justified to the left. So we'll click Edit Element, go to General Settings, and then justify that to the left. We can make this button just a little bit smaller. So we'll click in the button and we'll go to Advanced, and we'll adjust the lateral spacing here to make it a little bit smaller. We want our image to be above the elements here. If we want to make this a little bit smaller, we can click in the image, go to Edit Element, and then Lateral Spacing, and we'll make it a little bit smaller. If we want to make our button smaller, we could do the same thing here. So we'll click in the button and we'll go to Advanced, and we'll make it just a little bit smaller there. Now, to make sure that all of your buttons are the same size, you can just change the number here. So if you want them to be 20, you can just go to the next button, click to edit that element, and then we'll change this to 20 as well. And we'll do the next one and edit element. And then we could also type in 20. So there's not that much space here at the bottom. So let's go ahead and we'll just add a little bit of space at the bottom there. And let's move this above that box. There we go. So let's scroll up here and see what this looks like. All right, looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and go back to the desktop view. And of course we want to save. And let's preview. So here's what the live version of what our front end sales page is going to look like. So it looks pretty good. I would still do some editing, maybe make this a little bit smaller, add some more text here to make it more appealing. Lots of things that we can do, but you get the basic function and the basic layout of the information that you need to be giving them on the front end offer page. Because remember, the goal of this sales funnel is to get them to purchase something. I would also probably change the buy now button. When you click on this, it takes you to the checkout where you can purchase the item. So now that we've designed our front end sales page to deliver our lead magnets and front end offer, in the next video, we're going to design our upsell page. So until then, go build it with Builderall.